I want to talk to you about Nexus, and we want to talk about web hosting. So the question is it really worth it? Let's talk about it. So let me give you the presentation I want you to pay attention to first. So when you think about the Nexus, I want you to think about powerful managed WordPress and e-commerce hosting. So you have a constellation of different hosting options here. So Nexus really becomes an accessible cloud-based web hosting service that has powerful and flexible WordPress and e-commerce packages for small businesses. We love the fact that there is some correlation, if you will, in terms of liquid web hosting, another web hosting service. So we love that a lot. So Nexus really specializes, they actually specialize in shared cloud hosting. And so they do all kinds of hosting, but their specialty really becomes a shared cloud hosting. And what we love about this service is that you are able to scale real fast. So in terms of scalability, you will love the services that Nexcess really has. And all of Nexcess plans are powerful enough to run most standard informational business sites or e-commerce storefronts, and affordably as well. Nexcess is one of the lowest cost premium hosting providers thanks to its unique shared scalable cloud infrastructure. And typically, hosts only offer scalable resources on pricier VPS and dedicated server plans. So this is kind of cool. So when you think about Nexus, I want you to think about a configuration that allows the service to automatically improve site performance and speed during traffic surges. Plus, it really offers easy to use exclusive plugins and tools that make monitoring and optimizing site performance straightforward, because this is pretty good. So let's talk about the pros and cons so we have a clear idea of what we're speaking about here. So the pros first. You have easy to use tools. You have excellent managed WordPress and e-commerce plans. You have flexible data transfer allotments. You have a fast website activation process. You have superb uptime. Staging areas, fantastic. What about the cons here? Well, this is a service that is pricier than similarly featured competitors, and they do not include a free domain name as of right now, so this is something you might need to actually get elsewhere. So yeah, by the way, boss, welcome back to the show. It's really a pleasure to have you here. Make yourself comfortable. You are going to enjoy today's conversation. I want to talk to you about the specs here. So when we think about Nexus, what kind of specs should you be thinking about? Well, first of all, let's talk about the pricing and features. And when we talk about pricing, it's one of those things where you have to really, I'll speak about pricing later on, but I just want to say right off the bat that pricing is not really Nexus forte. I mean, it's not going to be cheap. Like Liquid Web, which is a parent company, Nexus offers an excellent selection of managed hosting packages. This means that Nexus handles your site's administrative and support tasks, alleviating the complexity and challenge, if you will, that comes with managing these systems yourself. Yeah, you're not going to be able to do it yourself. As a result, what happened here is that you can focus on developing your business, and that's what you should be doing anyway. So Nexus websites doesn't specify whether the company offers shared VPS or traditional dedicated hosting. However, a chat with a sales rep cleared the confusion. What happens here is that Nexus uses a cloud platform built on OpenStack, and each account has a cloud environment with its own dedicated resources. So you do not need to worry about resource hogging clients affecting your site's performance, okay? And this is kind of cool. And you do have e-commerce plans with Nexus. This is kind of cool. So Nexus offers 6 fully managed Magento plans for businesses with e-commerce in mind. This open source e-commerce platform comes pre-installed on your server and shares many of the WordPress hosting plans features. Magento tiers starts with the Access plan, and that gives you a 50 gigabyte of storage. And you can go all the way to 40 to 50 terabytes. So this is kind of cool in terms of the functionalities you need. And you can build a Nexus website, not a problem. So once you have selected and purchased the package, you are taken to a Nexus backend portal. And Nexus has a clean user interface with lots of at-a-glance information about your server. And the vital menus are located on the blue tab. And that's where you will find links to home, planes, SSL, support, billing, and DNS. Your server is on the planes, and clicking this opens an expansive submenu with important commands pertaining to the respective server, such as performance, domain options, SSL, logs, schedule tags, and backups. So this is kind of cool in terms of scalability. And some web hosts can take up to 48 hours to confirm your payments and activate your site. And fortunately, Nexcess they can really set your account within minutes, and this is kind of cool. So we love that a lot in terms of scalability, but also in terms of speed. Fantastic. By the way, boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We are having a conversation about Nexcess web hosting. I want to quickly talk to you about Nexcess performance and uptime. This is important when you talk about web hosting and web hosting in general. No matter the category you are thinking about, uptime is always important. Okay, if your site goes down, client cannot find or access it, which is especially troublesome if you're selling products. And with Nexcess, we have found an uptime of 99.99%. This is really cool. Nexcess has actually scored pretty high marks when it comes to security features also. And so Nexcess managed servers come with 30 days of automatic backups, which are kept on remote servers should you ever need to recover precious data. Nexcess also migrates your websites for free. And this is really cool. So many web hosts offer free site migration, but Nexcess management team handles this request for you, making the process a breeze when you think about it. And all Nexcess plans include a free secure sockets layer certificates as well. This is really fantastic. And so Nexcess customer support and money back guarantee are also great. As a managed web hosting service, Nexcess offers a 24/7, 365 customer support via email, live chat, and phone. So we love that a lot in terms of scalability, in terms of flexibility. Phone support is based in the US, Australia, and the UK. Sales chat can be reached at any time via the Nexcess website. Support specific live chat can only be reached via the Nexcess portal. So it's one of those things where you have to really see what really works for you. So we love the fact that Nexcess is pretty responsive. They'll get back to you real fast. And you are able to ask all kinds of questions, and the customer service team is really pretty knowledgeable as well. We ask questions about domain registration. We ask questions about like some technical aspects of the back end, and we are able to get actually answers all the time. So you have pretty knowledgeable sort of staff members to answer all kinds of questions, whether you are calling, or you're doing live chat, or you are seeking answers via email. So this is really cool. And if for any reason you have an issue with a service, Nexcess offers a no hassle 30-day money back guarantee. This is an industry standard trial window that should give you any time, some time to really see whether you like the service or not. And this is pretty good. By the way, boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We are having a conversation about Nexcess, and we are doing an Nexcess web hosting review. Let's talk about the features here. So when we think about Nexcess, what kind of features should you be thinking about? Well, you have all kinds of features, okay? It really depends on what you're looking for. So basically, when you think about Nexcess, think about the cloud infrastructure, number one. So this is a service that is backed by cloud infrastructure, and the unique features and tools included in the packages that come with this kind of cloud infrastructure. You have a performance monitor plugin. So you might need to enable the Nexcess performance monitoring plugin in WordPress. And this allows you to monitor your WordPress site's performance before and after plugins are installed or updated, giving you valuable insights into potential performance issues and sometimes how you can improve or fix this. Okay. And this is kind of cool. And you also have a cloud-based auto scaling in times of heavy traffic. This is important especially for blogs, news websites, or e-commerce platforms. And all Nexcess hosting plans come with 24 hours of free instant auto scaling per month, which allows them to handle surges in traffic so that your site doesn't slow down when business is booming. This is actually achieved by increasing the number of allowed PHP workers background processes to match your site visitors' demand during surges. And you also have a Nexcess visual comparison tool. So you can find this tool on your account dashboard, and updating your site and its plugins without proper testing can be fraught with risks, even potentially crashing or corrupting it. With the Nexcess visual comparison tool, you don't need to worry about all of that. So this is kind of cool. You are able to manage and design multiple sites with a single plan. This is fantastic. And this is the cool thing is you have generous website quotas on higher tier plans that allows you to really as a design manager or as a website designer, you are able to have to handle you can handle multiple operations, especially if you have multiple brands or platforms. You can run multiple sites on the higher tier Nexcess plans or upgrade to do so without needing to sign up for another account. So this is kind of fantastic. So what we love here is that we love the flexibility. We love the flexibility and we love the scalability. This is really cool in terms of helping you over time knowing exactly how to manage your operations from a single dashboard. Fantastic. I want to talk to you about the ease of use here. So when we think about Nexcess, what kind of ease of use should you be thinking about? Well, you have a very simple setup and management. And what we love about Nexcess is that you don't have to be an experienced when it comes to a hosting management. You can really get things done yourself, not a problem. The entire Nexcess setup process can take about 30 to 45 minutes. Okay, overall, it can be relatively easy, apart from some minor hiccups in terms of scalability, but also in terms of, let's say, authentication, okay? And one thing I want to say here is that you are able to create a new account with Nexcess, not a problem. The purchasing process is pretty simple from from A to Z. This is really good. In terms of connecting a domain and installing WordPress, this is another area where you are able to get things done real fast without actually having a technical background, okay? And you are able to just make sure that you add a domain name first to start off your Nexcess hosting plan purchase. And so after paying for your plan, you will receive a few emails regarding the status of your purchase and your new account details. So this is kind of cool. And you should also receive a request to verify the personal information you provided for a domain registration with ICANN if you purchased a domain. And this is really cool. You are able to add team members. So you can add team members really seamlessly in terms of helping you create a collaborative environment. And you also have a site stencil creator. You can copy or repopulate a site using the Nexcess site stencil tool. And so on the Nexcess dashboard, you can quickly and easily create a stencil of your site. You can then use this to copy or repopulate it. A useful feature if you happen to manage multiple websites or just want to keep a copy safe, simply select plans, your plan, and stencil from the left-hand menu in the Nexcess dashboard. You can also make as many up-to-date stencil copies of your site as you want and delete outdated versions there. So this is kind of cool. You also have automatic daily backups. As a managed host, Nexcess handles all of your site backups for you. This is kind of cool in terms of scalability and flexibility. The best part is that you don't even need to configure any backup settings at all. Backups are all set up automatically as soon as you purchase a hosting plan and create a storefront or site. And you can view your backups in the Nexcess dashboard. On the plans, select your plan's site, select your site's backups. And backups are kept, they're kept for 30 days. And you can even manually back up your site on occasion if need be. Fantastic. I want to talk to you about performance here. So when you think about the Nexcess, we love the fact that you have a stellar performance. I mean, you have stellar performance backed up by a generous 100% uptime guarantee. A lot of players out there, they actually they promise you 99.9999% guarantee. Nexcess is guaranteeing you 100% uptime. Okay, Nexcess proprietary CDN can improve your site's global performance, and this is kind of cool. And you are able to get a lot of stuff done. You can enable Nexcess proprietary content delivery network, and which is included with all plans. And this is really cool. Not only does Nexcess promise 100% uptime, but it does deliver. And this is really cool. You also have the ability to really speed things up. So they have something called the Security Load Time Tester. And so it's one of those things where we have seen, based on our analysis, that performance was usually best in the US, but it's still acceptable as far away as Tokyo and Brazil. even without a CDN. So this is kind of cool. Nexcess has 10 data centers located around the globe, including two in like you have one in Australia, in the UK, two, the Netherlands, and the US. Okay, and this is kind of cool. What about support? Let's talk about support here. Well, you have very quick and efficient support, but with some minor security concerns. So the support you have, you are able to reach someone 24/7, 365 via toll-free phone lines, live chat, and tickets. So live chat is globally available, phone toll-free in Australia, the UK, and the US. Okay. And in terms of tickets, this is actually available globally also via Nexcess control panel only. And it's one of those things where you have to see what really works for you best. So upon contacting Nexcess support via live chat, you are able to connect with an agent immediately. And the agents are usually knowledgeable. They have a clear idea what you're asking. They can answer all questions. That's what we love a lot, because Nexcess back in the days, like about a few years ago, they didn't have that level of depth and breadth in terms of skill set. Now they do have it. So all staff members, they are knowledgeable. So we love that a lot. So they can answer all questions that you have, and they can really help you out. If a questions of it becomes a little more complicated, you can submit your request via email, and you will get an answer within 24 hours. So this is still acceptable anyway. Let's talk about pricing here. So when we think about pricing, the thing is that Nexcess wants you to contact them, okay? They do not have the pricing disclosed, I would say, publicly. It's a strategy. It is what it is. So it's one of those things where you have to really contact them and really sort of disclose your needs, everything, before they actually get back to you. So if you know a thing or two about shared hosting, Nexcess prices may seem a bit higher than average. However, there are a few factors to take into consideration. First, Nexcess includes some ramped up performance features and premium plugins that typical shared hosting doesn't. Secondly, the host plan pricing actually is quoted in full, not discounted. So Nexcess packages are worthwhile if you want premium hosting for one or more busy websites, especially e-commerce sites. So the real decision comes down to your ideal platform and specs, which would usually be WordPress with or without WooCommerce. You can also use Magento, Adobe Commerce if you prefer. All of these plans have agency versions as well, which allow you to resell hosting to your clients if you are a developer. There is also the Store Builder plan, which allows you to use easy to use drag and drop tools to build a WordPress WooCommerce based websites, and premium Nexcess hosting included. If you want total control of your server, you can also select one of Nexcess flexible cloud hosting plans, which are not limited to one specific website or e-commerce store builder. So you have possibilities there. So these are geared towards advanced users. You can also ask the Nexcess team about their custom enterprise solutions, which can be ramped up to suit heavy traffic sites or online storefronts if need be. So what is our recommendation here? So Nexcess actually condenses the impressive but expensive Liquid Web hosting brand to a simpler and significantly more accessible selection of excellent web hosting packages. And so we love that a lot. So the focus on e-commerce and WordPress serves streamlines your options. So when you have those servers, you are able to streamline your options, making Nexcess much easier to choose a plan that fits your business vision. You don't get a domain name in the package and will pay more compared with other hosts such as A2 or Bluehost, but the managed server structures, handful customer service, staging environments, and auto-scaling technology make maintaining a website an effortless affair when you think about Nexcess. So we love that a lot. So bottom line here is that, do we recommend Nexcess? Yes, of course. And do they why? Because they do have easy to use tools. You have an excellent managed WordPress and e-commerce plans. You have flexible data transfer allotments. So this is kind of cool. Fantastic. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. Let's do a quick recap here. So in today's conversation, I spoke to you about Nexcess. So I gave you the presentation, the specs, the features, the ease of use, the performance, the support, the pricing, the recommendation, and now the recap. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll speak to you another time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.